All right, what is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today I'm going to be doing a live stream. Today, this is going to be the first live stream that I have done since the update 6.38. This is a brand new update that has been brought to the game, and it's pretty exciting. It's very good that we are finally getting more updates for the game. This is the first update that has actually been released for Power and Revolution since update 6.37, I believe it was, or 6. And I also have some really big news. I am actually planning a future collaboration with Eversim, so it's actually going to be a very exciting time to actually be on this channel. So we are going to be doing future collaborations with Eversim. This is confirmed via email. So if you guys want to see want to participate in giveaways, if you guys want to be a part of a future Discord server we may have with the developers themselves, then yeah, we are going to, and I'm officially announcing it, we are definitely looking into future collaborations between PoliticsGaming and Eversim. So this should actually be a very, very nice thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and restart my game as the United States. Since this is a new update, we need to, if I play the other save that I had, then we're not going to be able to take advantage of all the features, all the new features and stuff like that as a part of that. So we're going to go ahead and restart a game. First thing I'm going to do, sorry for that. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce a value added tax. Since, okay, so we're going to put that 5, okay, we're going to put that at 6%. So we're going to introduce this. This is going to be the, what do you call it? We're going to just call it tax reform. Third? Well, you are the third different person to get in here. So we're going to go ahead and introduce a value-added tax. And then we are going to cut $300 billion from that. I don't know if that's actually going to be accepted. We're going to reduce that. We're going to reduce that. Let's see how that would be passed and liked. Ooh, that really just killed it. So we're going to have to pass. Let's see if we can get an increase of the pornography tax. Yeah, that's going to be enjoyed. Okay, so that raised it to 55%. I'm probably going to have to meet with my Republican colleagues to try to get that. So I'm going to lose a lot of approval. Is waging war even possible in Power and Revolution? Seems to me the UN just dumps on you no matter what you try to do. Yeah, you can. I mean, it's usually countries that really do not like you. If you find I don't know. Okay, so we have the support of the Democrats, nearly 60% support. So that inflated our deficit to 3%. However, once we get the value-added tax passed, we are going to be able to fund the living hell out of anything. So in response, I'm going to request the building of about 100 hospitals. This is going to, again, inflate our deficit. But at the same time, I could just get tax exemptions for companies using retirement by capitalization. This will help our economy a little bit. That's going to add $110 billion to our economy. Let's go ahead and confirm that. That is supported by the Republicans, 100%. Unanimous Republican support. Let's go ahead and go to the next date, and we're going to see what happens. 10% in approval, so that actually was good. Purchasing power is loved, however, we did get a very, very bad social rating because of that. We have a summit with the Canadians, so we're going to go ahead and meet with them. Let's go ahead and see when that tax bill will be passed by Congress. Your Tax Reform Act will be... Okay, we're going to just go with it and have to go forward about 2 weeks. So once we actually get that deficit to go into maybe a 5-6% surplus, we are going to help poverty. I believe we're going to be spending a little bit more on welfare and helping people get out of poverty. If anyone in the chat actually has suggestions for how we should deal with poverty, I really want to concentrate on energy, poverty, and healthcare in this live stream. So guys, if you want to do that, go ahead and make your suggestions in the comments. But I will announce it again, guys. We have some big news. I have several projects that are actually going to be collaborations with several people, including I have someone from 1 Minute Economics who is wanting to... We're going to actually go ahead and accept this. 1700, so let's get that to 1800, 1800, 1900. All right, so he accepted that. Oh man, I could have and make the same decision as me. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna announce it. Someone from 1 Minute Economics. This is we're still talking about it. But it is actually 1 Minute Economics has contacted me and wants to talk about doing an interview. So that is actually going to be very interesting, and you guys should look forward to that. Other than that, Power and Revolution news, there is a new update. Okay, so we actually got that.
The bill has
reform in Parliament has been passed.
Was held. Unfortunately, the reform didn't pass.
What? Hang on. Okay, that's weird. I guess that was just the bug. Wow, new update and bug. Wow. But yeah, and in Power and Revolution Eversim news, we are actually going to be collaborating more, which I've already sent my suggestions out to Eversim about what we should do. So one of the ideas I actually have is and I've already created a Discord. I will hold a live stream once I get the go ahead from Eversim about talking about actually using this Discord for the purpose that it was created for. So what is actually going to be done is we're going to read that in a second. What's actually going to be done is I have a Discord that I've created, and once we get the go-ahead, we will actually have the developers from Eversim themselves in the Discord. And that is going to be an amazing thing because it will provide an opportunity for Eversim to talk about what they want in the game, And it would give the opportunity for the community to come together and participate in polls. They can talk with each other. They can share their games and stuff like that. They can talk to me. They can talk to Eversim. They can talk to a lot of people, and there would be a lot of interaction. There would be way more community interaction with the disappearance of the polls, or not the polls, the forums. We are not going to be able to actually come together, so we need one unified Discord. And there's actually one Discord that I've talked about, but I created this next Discord for the specific purpose of having the admins, or not the admins, the developers in that Discord. So, yeah, I mean, that's something that's very interesting, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm totally behaving myself, RG. So we're waiting for... Okay, so we got that 5.41% surplus. And I believe we should actually be able to see higher growth, maybe a 5% growth rate, and that would put our thing all the way up. So quarterly surplus is going to be $8 billion, and that should go up to at least around $100 billion because we are going to pay off a lot of our debt. So, yeah, I mean, that's basically what is going on, and I'm very, very excited to collaborate more with Eversim, and hopefully we will be able to get a lot of community outreach between us and Eversim. Thinking of some construction projects. I'm probably going to do the Chicago-Dallas line. So I'm going to go over here. We're going to go ahead and invest that money. Oh, we actually do not have a highway connection all the way to Chicago. Hey, what's going on, Jap? Welcome back to the live stream. Let's go ahead and get a road that connects directly from Fort Worth to Lubbock. And we're going to go ahead and invest that to about $4 billion, nearly $20 billion over the next 5 years. Yeah, everyone just come on, let's get more numbers in there. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. 172. All right, we're going to get this highway done in 10 months. And let's go ahead and get some... Oh, come on, Sergio. What's going on, Sergio? I've never seen you in the live stream, so welcome to the live stream. So we're going to go ahead and get a Dallas-Chicago line going. And that is going to cost... Let's go ahead and get it done in about 20 months. That's going to cost us $50 billion for 25 people per mile. He is embarking road construction to benefit his home state. Shut up, Republican. So this is going to cost us $50 billion and then cost us $237 billion over the next 5 years. So we're going to go ahead and embark on that. That reduced, or actually didn't reduce our deficit at all. Mostly, probably, I probably wouldn't worry too much about how much it reduced the deficit by. But most of that's going to be the major cost that I'm going to embark on. Since we already have this deficit early in game, I'm going to invest about $100 billion into my energy. So we're going to build about 5 to 10 nuclear power plants and get them all done by January 20th of 2019. So if you guys have any suggestions on what states I should build these nuclear power plants in, go ahead and leave them in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and build one of them in Oklahoma just to kind of make Republican Gamer happy. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start off one nuclear power plant. What happened to it? Clicked it. Oh shit. What's going on? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, let's try to see if I can place this somewhere else other than Oklahoma. Huh. Let's try an offshore. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh no, that's bad. That is really bad. The energy sector is broken.
Groups of hooligans are in the process.
Groups of hooligans! Okay, so I was able to create that gigantic trainway. Alright, let's go ahead and send in the tanks. Oh, back off. It's not letting me send him out! No! Get out of here. Ah, it's not letting me send him out. Oh, what? The whole game is broken! This is bad. This is really bad for Eversim. Come on. It's not letting me. It's not letting me move anyone. Oh my god! It's so broken! It's not letting me... Okay, I'm gonna have to... The patch is broken. Yeah, it is broken. I'm gonna have to cheat. Wait. Come on. It's so broken! It is so broken! Oh my god, this is really bad. I'm gonna have to play another game. Hang on, I'm gonna quit, and I'm gonna come back. I'm restarting the game right now. And I'm gonna go back into the game. I'm gonna see how that works. If restarting the game... Yeah, I mean, we can point that out. I mean, it's not that easy to make a game at the same time, especially whenever you're a small company, so that's why I usually, like, give them the benefit of the doubt. Alright, so let's go back as the United States, and let's see... I can... play that. Let's see if I can still make energy plants. If not, then the patch is broken. And I'll send him this video. And say, hey, like, this is what's going on. Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, banished. It's literally, again, they're a small company, and I mean, if honestly, if you can do a better job, then I would say go start doing the game. Like, I mean, if you can program, like, go right ahead. All right, let's see this. Go to energy. Okay, so that let me do it. Let me do a high-speed railway. Because that's what I invested in. Okay, so we're going to do that. Just the basic cost, $11 billion. And then I'm going to invest in another nuclear power plant. Let's do this in Oklahoma. Okay, so that worked. So it fixed itself. So that was funny. I caught all of that on video. Okay, so just to kind of... I'm going to restart this. Watch, it's going to... So I'm going to go through the same process of events again. I actually code Nuttin Gaming though, but they charge full price for a buggy mess. That's why the criticism is fair. I mean, yeah, the criticism is totally fair. I mean, I have my own criticism of Eversim. But at the same time, I mean, and I actually saw this one comment about how they price their games, which I mean, I completely agreed with it. The reason they price their games so high is so they can make a profit. That's literally the whole reason you make the company and stuff like that, is so you can make a profit on your product. And if you have to price it higher than normal, you got to price it higher than normal. But like it's usually just that's just usually how it works, honestly. It's like you can criticize them for it, but they still have to make their profit. And if they don't make their profit, they're not going to be able to produce any more games. So that's why I usually just kind of I didn't usually give them a pass, but at the same time, because I criticize them, I give them a lot of criticism, and I say, well, Eversim needs to fix this. They need to fix this. That's why I'm actually trying to collaborate with them, and especially with like the Discord and stuff like that, is so I can literally have them see exactly what the community wants. And so having that Discord with them would actually be a very good idea, or at least if they were to at least work with me and say, okay, so this is what we're going to do. And then I could just gather polls. I could like have live streams and stuff like that. I could announce whenever they're making a new update and stuff like that. Then those are the things that we're planning on doing. And I mean, I've gotten confirmation from Louise Marie, the founder of Eversim, or co-founder or whatever. I've gotten confirmation from him that, yeah, I mean, he's very interested in doing some more collaborations. I mean, it may be in giveaways, it may be in more collaborations, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, totally. That is actually the main reason why I'm actually trying to do this with them, is so that I can actually get them to have better customer support. And if they have someone like me giving the customers the news, the updates, stuff like that, that would be a very good idea. It would, for one, help me out because it would help me grow my channel. And two, it would help them out because there would be a better understanding between the community and the company. So that would be a very, very good idea. And that's one of the reasons why I've actually been pushing for Eversim to actually do that. So finally, I got an email this morning, and that's what he told me. He said that would be a very good idea if me and you, if we were to collaborate. So what are your ideas? Oh yeah, if they ever add multiplayer into this game, I would totally have a big live stream. That would be the best thing ever. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and confirm this, and we're gonna do it in the TV address. Inheritance tax 40%. Damn, I need to work to get that down. Okay, so we're gonna reduce that to 6%. And then we're going to reduce all of this by 1%. Lost a little Democratic support. My primary point is to try and push them to focus on fixing their bugs instead of adding meaningless content. Yeah, I mean, I get that. So what the plan actually is again, it's going to be the Discord. And then the other thing is definitely it's going to have to be polls, and as well, I also offered to do an interview. So if I were to actually do an interview with them, then there could be a lot of questions asked and answered to Eversim. And so like, I mean, it would say like, I mean, like we all, I'm too poor to buy GPS and its DLC. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna see, hopefully soon we are going to see a lot of changes coming to Eversim and the community. So we should be seeing that very soon, and I'm very happy to announce all of that. It's not worthwhile to buy it at the current moment. Whenever it's on sale, I definitely suggest buying it. We're going to reduce this to 5 cents flat. Game breaks after a few years of playtime max. I mean, I've played like 5, maybe 7 years, and I've never gotten to a game killing bug. Okay, we're going to reduce this to 6. Okay, now we're going to reduce it to 7.5. The 2018 DLC, honestly, is the best DLC a part of the whole game, honestly. It's like the most worthwhile DLC I've ever had. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's I mean, that's kind of my personal preference, though. Honestly, it's the reason I never like to annex countries. Is for one, yeah, I mean, I get it, like, but I'm not much of a annexer. Like, I usually like to play in my own way. Like, I usually like to, like, I mean, if like, say Morocco and Spain go to war, I usually like to jump in and defend my NATO ally. But whenever the war is over, I usually pull out. I don't usually occupy. Maybe, yeah, I will make them a puppet state, but I'm never going to fully annex them. I've created organizations, and they've actually, like, I've gotten people to join my organizations before. Whoa, it's shaking. Whoa, dude, this is oh my god, this actually hurts my eyes. Dude, ow, that hurts. That was cool. That was funny. Good old Panama. Let's go ahead and send them like $30 million. The only DLC of the game that I actually don't even have is the modding tool. So I mean, I want to get a mod. I want to get the modding tool because I really, really want to look into getting like more interesting gameplays and stuff like that. That earthquake feature has been in there since GPS 2, maybe even 1. Yeah. I mean, ooh, I wonder what happens if I destroy the Panama Canal. Argentina. What country should I import from? It's always a good thing. Donald Trump, import from China. Yeah, I think we could actually import a couple of stuff. That would actually help my country out a little bit. This is going to be the opposite of what we need, but hopefully we can get a good deal. Actually, we could always get a good deal whenever we're importing. Okay, so let's get right into the news. Whoa, $347 billion. The best target is India because China is. Yeah, I think I could actually. Let's see what we can import from India. I know we can import some food from India, so let's go there. Aluminum. We have 17 million tons of consumption, and we're producing 2 million. We'd be able to get another 1 point. You know what? Let's go ahead and have them first summit. So we're gonna have them the weekend after Canada. How do you increase diplomatic relations with the country? Well, whenever they have a disaster, such as an earthquake, drought, famine, stuff like that, give them emergency aid. That would really improve your economic relations. By the way, Banish, I've never seen you in the live stream before, so welcome to the live stream. And we actually have 15 people in this live stream. That is the most I've ever seen consistently in one live stream. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please comment in the thing and make sure to like this video. So that actually helps me out a lot. So we have India that we're going to import from. I'm probably going to import some energy from Saudi Arabia or the Middle East. Most likely Saudi Arabia, or maybe even let's go to energy. Let's go to all activities. Okay, let's go to oil, world info, production. So Russia is a good one. Problem: North Korea successfully overthrew the government, established democracy. My relations with the West didn't change. I don't know. We can import from Iraq. We can import from Iran, China. Well, actually, we can't import oil from China. We can import from Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, which we can import from an OPEC country because, yeah, I mean, Canada has a pipeline. We'd be able to, get those transportation costs to, nil. But the only thing is that Canada has extremely expensive oil. So let me show you right here, is that if we were to go to oil and wait, actually, I think those are natural gas pipelines. Yeah, those are actually natural gas. Do we have oil pipelines? Yeah, we do. Okay, so there's oil pipelines. So if I were to go to World Info, production. So Canada is one of the top ones, 7.29% of the world's energy. And so we come over here. Their purchase price of oil is right here, $607. And then you go to Iraq or Iran, their oil price is around man, that was loud. Their price is around $400, but it's a fixed amount because of OPEC. So that's why usually people always always tell you to say, oh yeah, well you should import from Saudi Arabia because they have the most oil. But the only reason is because not because they have the most oil, it's because they have a stable price. And OPEC meets every month to change their price. Which I mean, I think you usually get it whenever it's locked at that certain price. So let's see how much oil I can actually get from Saudi Arabia. Because I mean, I wouldn't even have to negotiate with them because I would be able to just get at the flat $438.66 per tow, which would equal out to $176 billion. Which I only need 312 million tow of oil, which would help me get my production. All the way there. Alright, so... Oh, shit. I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and call it the U.S.-Saudi oil agreement. It's going to be set for 5 years. Let's go ahead and send that over. And we're going to meet with Canada first. And then we're going to meet with India next weekend, or this weekend. So I don't want to call it the foul. I'm going to go ahead and call it the foul imports contract. And we are going to get that down to 1,500. Shit! Damn it. We could have gotten a lot of foul from that. Let's see if we can get another one. Sales. Purchase. So let's go back. Go to foul. Okay, let's go to 1,400. 1,500. 1,700. 1,800. So we're going to call it the foul imports. And there's the expert pack, huh? I think they canceled that. Negotiate. And we got that accepted. So go ahead and end that meeting. And now our next summit is going to be with India. Alright, and the agreement has been accepted between the United States and Saudi Arabia. So we have finally negotiated. Congratulations.
You have negotiated a splendid contract that will undoubtedly help improve our economy. Again, well done.
Alright, so let's go ahead and check those contracts. Which actually, I need to come over here. That foul treaty was lower rate than usual, so that was good. But it guarantees only a portion of our consumption. Which, yeah, I mean, I think we could actually go to Kazakhstan for uranium, or we can try to increase our own production. Which, I mean, I think I'm going to do right now. Oh, we're in diplomacy. Okay, so let's go over to, since we are going to have a general increase in the amount of spending for damn, 34% of the world's uranium we use. What I meant is the expert pack you can get on the GPS4 website. Yeah, that's like $100 game package that you can actually get for that gives you all of the DLCs. So we got a little bit of approval because of that. Tax reform has passed. So we should be getting our surplus in a couple of minutes. India. Let's go ahead and import some food. Purchase aluminum. Let's see what we can get in aluminum. So apples, 1 million. That would be a smaller portion of our supply. Banana. Well, yeah, let's see what we can get for bananas. Let's go ahead and put that 453. Okay, so that's not going to work. Purchase iron. Yeah, we could import some iron from them. So their sale price is 115. So we're going to put this at 97. Yes, I do suggest that you buy the 2018 edition. It's a very fun mod to the game. Damn it. Okay, so rice? Can you give me rice? Oh, we're already self-sufficient in rice. Pork, plastics, perfumes and cosmetics. Nope. Pharmaceuticals. Paper. Can you give me paper? 8 million tons. Natural gas. Nope. Lead. China beats you out economically with time, and if you trade with them, it happens faster. Yeah. I've noticed that. Okay, we could probably import fuel from India, or we could increase our own production. Copper. So what we need is raw materials. That's what we need. I can import chemicals from India. Let's go ahead and get that to 1700. Okay, so we can import 13.8 million tons of chemicals. So let's go ahead and call this the It's called the banished chemicals. You know, that sounds really bad. Yeah, whatever. Call it the Banished Chemicals Treaty. Maybe it's an American chemical company. And we're going to go negotiate that as a 5-year contract. And that's going to be $33 billion of chemicals we're going to be importing. How do you get countries to join your organization? 2,900. Yeah, that's under 3,000, so we're going to go ahead and accept that.
Our country is
Thanks, Dad. So how to get... Oh, shoot. I accidentally hit the button. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could use the arrow keys. I get distracted really easily. So how you change your... how you get people to join your organization is basically you have to have good economic or military relations with them. Mostly it's economic relations. So if you have a really good economic relationship with them, so if I were to make a thing and have Canada join it, then if I had really good economic relations with them, then I would be able to join, or they would be able to join. Otherwise, they're not going to join. They're just going to completely ignore you until they get interested by having good economic relations with you. Alright, so, never had it happen. Yeah, I've actually had people join my organization. I mean, no, those are actually gone. I've had people join my organization where I was playing China, and, I created an economic organization I can pull it up in a minute. I want to see if I can sign another importation contract. Household appliances. Okay, I can actually import 9,000 appliances. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this down to 79. Oh god, yeah, we're not gonna be able to get that. So let me go over here to new organizations, create a new organization. So what I've done is actually I created an economic market as China, and then so I called it. It was like the Trans Asian economic forum or something like that. And so I had like North Korea, Russia, India, stuff like that. And so I put them into the criteria for the geographic area. And so that's what usually you have to do. I'll build the wall in a second. But that's how you do it. You have to get the people to join in first. And then, whenever they get interested by having good economic relations with you, then you can join. Or they can join. So we can have the TPP. We're going to have the thing set as Portland, 2-year term for, warmongering. Yeah, and that's why I don't like to. And usually, what you really have to do, you have to fund it completely. Give it full funding. That's what you got to do. And then membership dues, those can be as high or low as you want. I usually put it to like 0.5, so I'm not really killing their budget. Because I think that's also another thing that really depends on that, is that you need to, like they have to pump out a lot of money. So your country has to be the one giving most of the money. 1.5%, maybe 2% is going to be the perfect thing. And then, so I could have like all these Asian Pacific countries as a part of it. So let's go to new organizations. Previous game had a mod that allowed you to have wars freely. I have a pirated copy, but it's version 6.16. Well, that's what. See, that's something that annoys me. Oh my god, I am sorry, but I really don't like those people. And I've seen people on the Facebook community talking about that, where they literally wanted, oh yeah, well, can you get me a cracked copy? Or some people actually, ooh, there we go. There's our money right there. We got a 6% surplus now. So that's something that really like grinds my gears. I'm sorry to say that. I'm talking about Family Guy whenever I say something like that, but like, whenever people come onto my channel or go into like a community where people have paid for the game, like, you can't sit there and say, oh yeah, well, like, can you get me a cracked version? No, you're not going to get a cracked version, because for one, it's an inconvenience to have a cracked version, because you're not going to be able to have the game like all the time. Hey, what's going on, JJ Holmes? You're not going to be able to have the game updated. And that's one thing that really hurts you, is that you're not going to be able to have updates. You're not going to be able to get the DLC. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that, because you have a cracked copy of the game. It's an inconvenience. And then two, it's just annoying to see all these people, especially coming on my live streams and on my channels and stuff like that. I always delete those comments. I've rarely ever seen them though. Like, people come on there and they say, oh yeah, can you give me a cracked version of the game? Like, yeah, but yeah, it's a real inconvenience. So yeah. Man, I had to rant there a little bit. The committee that I commissioned to study internet usage in workplaces has submitted their report. It appears that office workers spend on average 2 hours a day surfing the web, 50% of which is for your personal use, climbing up to 60% if it's a Wi-Fi connection. The number one site visited is Facebook, with YouTube a close second. In conclusion, there's a 10% loss of productivity for this type of personnel. Mostly that is probably coming out of the services sector. Which actually, speaking of that, I need to privatize some of the postal office. Yeah. Wait, hang on. I'm going to see if I can actually add this into a reform. Okay, so we have railway production. That's good. I don't need to privatize that. TV channels is kinda. Maybe I should privatize it. Lotteries and bets. I could nationalize it. Sales and bets. We have no trade balance on lotteries and bets. I bet not. Which actually, speaking of that, I actually just remembered that they did actually do the update. So I'm gonna actually read you guys the change log that was actually posted. So this is again 6.38. So we have improving the calculation of a country's human rights level, and then they have apply a 2/3 rule for membership votes to standard organizations, correction on the surveillance of a city by satellite, which I'm actually going to change that in a second, or look at that in a second. They adjusted oil rigs in Brazil, adjusted on the evolution calculation of the Human Development Index, accounting the size of the country and the popularity gains related to construction. Oh yeah, so maybe that's why they did that. Why it actually screwed up earlier with the thing. You know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and post. I'm actually gonna post it in the chat so you guys can see it. So I will post it, and I'll probably try to see if I can actually pin the comment. So you guys should see it in a couple of seconds. JJ Holmes, I could do 270. After this, I don't really have anything to do. Right now, I'm actually just checking the update for, okay, it's not allowing me to change this, so you guys are going to have to do that. But it is kind of like, has the points. Ah, man, there's a 200 character cap. Alright, so, but yeah, JJ Holmes, I'm actually just checking out this new update and stuff like that. I could do 270 right after this, just to kind of do a little election analysis kind of stuff like that. So, I'll just keep reading. Accounting the size of the country, blah, blah, blah. Correction of the budgets and PIB after annexation. Correction on airport statistics. Affection of military buildings during the creation of helicopter units with God and Spy. Evolution of third-party schooling variable. Correction on the former U.S. president's face. Correction on the referendum of independence, which I know was actually broken. So then we have correction of popularity gain and regional digital infrastructure constructions. Oh, so they actually did fix that. Displaying environmental themes and comparison maps. Management of Nobel Prizes. Which, I don't know that. Management of Nobel Prizes? Like, where is that? I tried to find it earlier, but I couldn't figure out what they were talking about the management of Nobel Prizes. Let me see. National Day. That's actually another thing that could actually be a suggestion. The naming of cultural events. That would actually be amazing. Updates of many values in Ukraine, including highways and airports. A direct route assignment for commandos. Indication of surveillance. Correction on electoral programs after the election. Setting of no terrorist actions when parameters are set to 0. Management and limitation of military intervention authorization messages. Efficacious terrorist presence on map after massive dismantling of the organization, and various corrections, translations, freezing, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, that would actually be a very funny thing if we were to actually be able to name the festivals and stuff like that. Are some of the features you have in the game mods? I don't know. So, PG hacked the oh yeah, I should do that. I should hack the Russian election. That was the funniest thing I've ever done. Alright, so if anyone can actually help me find the management of Nobel Peace Prizes, that would be a really, really good thing. Doesn't Russia have an alt-right government now? No, I actually had to restart it because, I mean, it's because of the whole thing where I couldn't, it's because of the whole thing where I had to make sure that they weren't, that I would be able to use all of the new features of the updates. So that's why I actually had to restart the game. But I do have a good budgetary situation, 6.05%, because I introduced a 6% VAT tax. Public finances just got us 33% in approval. Taxation, legislation. Space research. Let me see. Rocket engine, cybersecurity. 1 gigabyte optic computer. I've never seen that. Computer hardware. Holovision, primary numbers formula. Holovision. Military aeronautic. Energy, carbon nanofiber, which is interesting. I actually like carbon nanofiber. Carbon nanofiber and then carbon concrete is actually the most interesting. So I should hack the Russian election, which I can do. What if I'm okay? So when is the Italian election? Next election is in 45 days, so I think I'm going to be able to hack it. Let's, for one, give Secret Service agent training full funding, cryptography more funding, and fight against terrorism more funding, along with 60,000 troops on the ground in national territory. So that just reduced our deficit a little bit, but we got some people liking that because of anti-terrorism. So, what party should I hurt in the Italian election? First off, I'm going to get rid of like all of these unneeded networks. Hurt the ruling party. Okay. Hack the Italian election, do an extreme right party to avoid this. Avoid his rise to power. Okay, so we have the socialists, the far right, and the communists. Damn, got a lot of suggestions. Maybe I have to make a poll on it so you guys can vote on it. 20. We're gonna do 10 in North Korea, 20. Okay, and then 30 in Russia, 20 in Syria, and 20 in Turkey. And so we can go over here. Let's go ahead and go for a golden cybersecurity plan. It's going to be $124 billion over the next 5 years. Let's go ahead and confirm that purchase. And do you think there will be a NAFTA deal? Maybe. Okay, so let's see what parties we have in Italy. Okay, so we have a lot of parties actually. We have the Progressive Front, we have the Communists, we have the Social Democratic Union, which is the one that is in power. They're a socialist party. We have... Then we go over to the Conservative Rightists, the far right, which the far right is, let me look, Independent? No. Progressive? Radical? Okay, so this is the radical left, the Progressive Front. The independent group of the Lombardia region is the extreme right. But we could stop the we could help the conservative rightists then? It's always a wonder of who we should hack. Center, help the conservatives. So should we hurt the party in power? That's the question. Because we're going to be able to change the votes and influence the election. Hack the ruling party. Okay, so we're getting suggestions. Okay, so let's go ahead and affect the Social Democratic Union. We're going to go ahead and hurt the party in power. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and do a citizen awareness on cybersecurity. How ironic. How much of an effect will this have? It could have, usually what I see is it's like it hurts them by about 50%. Cyber protection engaged, and sincere salutations from the Secret Service for increased funding. So once the Russian election comes around, we're going to go ahead and hurt them too. But since we know that the far right actually has a power to get in, okay, so this is going to be the giver on whether we can actually move our troops around. Yep, we can. So we're going to send in the bulldozers. Demonstrator killed. Ouch. In before. Send in the bulldozers. Okay, so we're going to send these guys down here. Tanks not moving. We have tanks up here. So we're going to have to occupy the bank. Just start mowing them down. Alright, so we got it.
Numerous attempts at phishing. We have succeeded.
Okay, so give that a second. Sending into bulldozers is always the most effective position. Send in some Abrams, and we got rid of that. So let's go ahead and electoral cyber attack on the Italians. Damn it!
After numerous attempts at phishing, we have succeeded in hacking their servers. Their confidential documents will be made public online with false information. We'll also drain their bank accounts. This will hurt their party right in the middle of the electoral campaign.
Alright, so we successfully did an electoral cyber attack on the Italian Republic. So, that is going to be good. It's going to be good. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and subsidize agriculture $60 million each, since we can actually afford something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and come over to industry. I'm going to go ahead and subsidize a couple of sectors, which we're going to subsidize and exonerate water supply networks, and we are going to subsidize steel by $1 billion. And aluminum, mostly that's just because of Trump, but aluminum, $100 billion deficit, we need to get rid of that. Let's go ahead and give them another $1 billion subsidy. And who else is earning of a $1 billion subsidy? Building, housing, and roadway, $1.1 trillion deficit. Let's go ahead and give them a $5.2 billion subsidy. You can jumpstart new sectors with subsidies. Yeah, you can. Naval construction, let's go ahead and start that. Jumpstart that, $500 million in subsidies, and we're going to go ahead and give them an exoneration. Alright, so let's go ahead and see that. Agriculture, public finances, and industry were liked. So, inflation is obviously going up. That is our Dow Jones Industrial Index, 30,000 points. Now. Winning. So we have a famine in Eritrea. Should we send them emergency aid? Oh, wildfire. I need to come over here, and we need to make sure that our CO2 emissions are not going to go up. So we're going to go ahead and give air pollution some more funding, chemical pollution more funding, water treatment more funding, waste recycling more funding, and then we're going to go ahead and give more funding to forest fires, nuclear threats, pollution, volcanic eruptions, drought and heat waves, mud flows, cyclones and tidal waves, and earthquakes. So we're going to give a total of nearly $3 billion to that. Which actually, I actually needed to say something to you guys. So I actually got an email about certain things from Eversim. So if you guys want, do you guys want me to read out what they actually said so they can actually tell you about what their plans are and stuff like that? If you guys are interested, go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me that you are interested in that. The use of naval construction is for things such as military units. It can actually be used for aircraft carriers, such as go over here. Oh, never mind. I think it's in the use of shipping. Okay, so we did jumpstart that, so we now have a 0.5% production. So since people are actually going all saying that they are interested in seeing that, so this is what was emailed to me this morning by Louise Marie of Eversim. He said, I hope you're doing well. Sorry for the lack of answers to your previous emails, which I have actually emailed him before. First of all, I can confirm that we have just released an update. This was whenever he confirmed to me that they actually did release an update, because I actually emailed them a couple hours earlier and said, hey, like, did you guys release an email? And so, or not an email, the update. So he said, this is something that he said about their thing on how they release emails and stuff, or not emails, updates. This is why it took them a little while to actually say they actually released an update. First of all, we wait before official news on our website until all versions are actually patched, which is Mac, PC, Steam, and all languages. I can also confirm that we continue to support the game and that this will continue in the future. I also have to thank you for reporting us bugs and suggestions of improvements. As for your various proposals of improvement, we have put them into our think tank for future releases of the game. One of the things that I actually suggested to them was, for example, and he actually says it right here, some of them would be quite easy to do. For example, naming highways, because I actually emailed them earlier and I said, hey, I mean, here's a couple of suggestions for the games, which one of the suggestions was to name highways, so you could actually name highways. So maybe they'll actually get the inference of naming certain events and constructions. I also have to think. Wait. Okay, so there was that. Some of them are quite easy to do. For example, naming highways would be easy. Some others might imply heavy work. So when preparing new releases, we have to make weighted decisions between interest for current players, interest for future players, difficulty to develop and program, and of course, development availability, time, and their budget. And then they tell me and they say, we're certainly open to have deeper collaboration with you as this would help improve support to the players community. What I am not sure about is how to proceed. We of course would share with you some news when we have, but maybe you have other ideas or suggestions for animating the community. Please let me know. And that was the end of the email. And then I sent my reply, which I basically told him about the Discord and stuff like that. And obviously we can have sorry for the lack of answers to your previous emails. Real Everson. Dude, these features won't improve the game. They need to fix their simulator and software bugs. Yeah, I mean that's basically what they told me. So when is the Italian election? Actually, I need to check that out. Let's go ahead and go forward a couple of days. Named roads is silly. I mean, it's fun. It was an idea that I had, okay? Don't judge me. So yeah, I mean, like, one of my suggestions was, like, naming highways, naming, construction projects, stuff like that. I mean, they always have, like, Fort Hood, naming, like, nuclear power plants, for example. I mean, that would be really cool. I mean, I could name, like, the nuclear power plants after, like, I could call it the Banished Nuclear Power Facility or something like that. It would be really interesting. But yeah, I mean, further discussion about stuff like the bugs, the way they pay attention to certain aspects of the game. Kim Jong-un nuclear power plant. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. I mean, I think it would be a really cool aesthetic. And I mean, yeah, I mean, like, naming highways. So instead of P2034 J211, you could call this the Little Rock Tulsa Highway or Lyndon B. Johnson Interstate or I-35. Like, right here, I mean, like, here's I-35 right here. Then it splits off toward Dallas and Fort Worth. So I could call this I-35W or I-35E right here and I-35W right here. So it's cute. Why is it cute? That's kind of gay. Demonetized. So I'm going to go ahead and do 360,000 troops right here. So yeah, I mean, like, that's one thing. And another thing that would actually be interesting Hey, banished. Stop. Stop that. You need to calm down there before I kick you from the live stream. I'm just kidding. I'm like totally screwing with you, dude. My cat's trying to get in the room. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start work on about 5 nuclear power plants. Let's go ahead and build some nuclear power plants in California, since you guys always tell me to build them in California. What do you think of that idea? My cat. I swear to God. So we're going to build this in the northern part of the state. Gotta build those plants. Hell yeah. We're going to build this around Las Vegas. I don't think it's a good idea to put that so close to Las Vegas, but we're going to build this southern part of Arizona. And build this in south of the DFW Metroplex. How is it fracking whenever I'm building nuclear power plants? Let's go ahead and build one in West Virginia. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Shut up, you cat. Can you guys even hear her? That's kind of funny. And let's go ahead and build this in Massachusetts. And Oregon, we're gonna go ahead and put it there. Yeah, I already have Fallout 76 pre-ordered. So we're gonna build that in Nebraska. We're gonna get a lot of crappy approval because of the amount of nuclear power plants I'm actually building, but it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. We're gonna build that in southern Missouri. And we got one more nuclear power plant that we need to build. We are going to build it in Tennessee. Southern Kentucky would actually be fine. Let's go ahead and build it right there. And so that is going to be the end of our nuclear spree. That was a lot of money. You can hear the cat. Thank you. She wants a lot of attention, so I'm having to like pet her whenever she's not even like coming to me. She's like meow, meow, give me attention, give me attention. So it's kind of funny to actually have all that happen on a live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and play this to make sure all of that's happening. Yeah, that's actually right. I actually need to do that Kazakhstani real deal. Let's go ahead and schedule a meeting with okay, let's get that for Monday. So we've killed off a little bit of our yeah, I need to check when that election is actually happening. So that's going to happen on... Damn, it doesn't say it. Okay, their elections... are in 29 days. When was the election in real life? Because I remember whenever that happened. JJ Holmes, you're not being rude. It's usually just like whenever I have something going, I would prefer not to be kind of like having you spam like 270 or something like that. I don't care. I mean, I'm going to do 270. It's just like I usually just have these live streams. Oh, by God. But yeah, I mean, JJ Holmes, I mean, you're not being rude, but I mean, it's just like I would prefer not to like like if I'm doing something or playing something, I would prefer not to have someone sit there and say like, well, 270, 270, 270. Like, I mean, I'm going to do 270. I've been posting election analyses and stuff like that, but you will see a lot more. You will see a lot more of that content whenever the election comes closer. The only reason I haven't been doing a lot of that content is because I feel like it's way too early. I feel like it's way too early to start calling elections and stuff like that and saying, well, Florida's going to go this way, Texas is going to go this way. Okay, Texas is kind of a bad example, but Florida, Indiana, Nevada, Arizona. I mean, in Florida and Arizona, their primaries haven't even happened yet. So that's another reason why I really don't want to do any of that yet. So there was a Kalashnikov attack in front of the National Museum. One person has died. Damn, it sounds like 30 people. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I would be doing the 2018 election. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying the primaries for states such as Arizona and Florida, they haven't even had their primaries yet. They just know who's going to run. Like there's like a front runner in Arizona. She hasn't even had her primary yet, and then Florida is basically going to be a race between Rick Scott and the dude that's running, the current guy in the Senate right now, who's basically prepared to do that. I mean, I'm going to be covering those elections. Oh hell yeah, I'm going to be covering those elections whenever the primaries happen. But until the primary of those elections happen, and once the primaries start closing up, and once it gets around September and October, I'm going to be pumping the living hell out of those videos. But just right now, I'm not going to do that. As for an election night, I can try to do something like that, but that's going to take time, and I'm not going to be able to do that on a live stream. I'm not going to be able to do an election night on a live stream. Like, that's just not something I can do. I need to do research on how to do that. I needed to figure out how to do the... my birthday's in October. Good, you want a cookie? I'm just kidding. But an election night, I would not be able to do that on a live stream. That's another thing. I'm not going to do that on a live stream. Because you have to set up the graphics, you have to set up this, you have to set up that. It's just a lot of work. Not something I'm going to do on a live stream. Because, I mean, you're just going to be basically sitting there watching me, like, watch someone else's video on how to do an election night. So... Alright, see you, Banished. I'll see you in the next live stream. And I'll see you there. Did you get the messages? LOL. No, I didn't. I'm just kidding, I did. Attack in Riverside. So that terrorist attack was in Riverside. I think that's in California. Yeah, it's in California, just outside of San Diego and Los Angeles. I mean, if I plan on doing an election night, yeah, I think you would help me. All you have to do is just email me. Other than that, or I think maybe you can make a Discord. I mean, making a Discord would be pretty good, because I'm mainly on that.
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead and get this. Did you tell these guys how much fossil fuels I've planted? Yeah, Jesus Christ. Do you think there should be more options in the United Nations area? Yes, I think there should be an option to put economic sanctions on someone. I think that would be very interesting. Okay, so we are going to import your... Wait, what? Oh, okay. That spooked me. So we're going to import uranium from Kazakhstan. 59,000 per ton. 102,000 per ton. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's go ahead and... Let's call this the Uranium 2. Where we're taking, like... Where's the Kyoto Protocol Treaty? Well, the Kyoto Protocol was actually replaced by the Paris Climate Accords. However, after the United States pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord, well, yeah, I mean, I actually got an email from that. I'll actually read that in a couple of minutes. But, yeah, we're going to import some uranium from Kazakhstan. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a non-aggression pact. Nope, can't. So we got those imports of uranium coming in. That should be good for us. Uranium 2 agreement with Kazakhstan.
Negotiated a splendid contract that will undoubtedly help improve our economy. Again, well done.
No, you cannot buy or produce thorium in this. I think that would also be cool. Is the expansion of radioactive materials and stuff like that. And the use. Oh, that would actually also be cool. There would be like a well, actually, I think they have it implemented, and that actually changes your thing in game. But like here, let me go over here to research, discovery tree. So we have like advanced nuclear fission, reduces radioactive waste, and increases energy production. So we have EPR, nuclear electricity. So that's one thing that I think is interesting. And I think there's also like, yeah, it's right here. Nuclear fusion powered electricity. And that's actually something else I need to talk to Eversim about is stuff like this. I don't know if this is supposed to unlock a new building or something like that. Like nuclear, like fusion powered electricity should be able to produce either increased electricity or something. But yeah, it's like nuclear fusion was something I was thinking about a minute ago. I was like, I mean, that would be really cool if they actually had nuclear fusion powered electricity, but they already do. Protection against the cosmic rays and solar particles. So I'm going to dump a shitload of funding into energy and environment, medicine. How much would it be if I were to want to fund all of this? Be less than $20 billion, I know that. Less than $25 billion, yeah, I could do that. How can you manage Nobel Prize winners? Could you show me where to find it? Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Let me see what happens if I invite someone over. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to give this guy the Nobel Peace Prize, or nominate him for it. So there's the national medal.
No thanks. Do you think?
Tell me he's radiant. Proud of their leader. There's the national medal. Ban the AIDS group. Yeah, whatever. Problem solved. No AIDS. Haha. See if he would actually.
You propose for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, kill yourself. So if someone could actually help me find the mystery behind like the Nobel Prize winner, then that would actually be really, really good. More funding for agricultural training. Come on. Technical training, let's give that more funding. I don't think you're going to be able to Google it, because this game like has no... Check out wind turbine prices. The cheapest power source, less than $1 million. Energy. Construction. I'm actually going to go and build like a shitload of solar energy plants in the southern US. Okay, so onshore wind, $540,000 max manpower. Which actually, I've actually seen the price of electricity fluctuate as a part of this. It's actually really interesting to actually see all of that. Because I remember one time the price for nuclear electricity actually went up. And then, so that's kind of what made the overall price. Does nuclear power produce CO2 in this? I don't know. I just built like 11 nuclear power plants across the United States, which they should be done on January 20th, 2019. Members of Total Jihad molest the Secretary of the Economy. That's bad. President of Ghana wants to meet. Let's go ahead and meet. So here's our production of electricity. Total electric production, 3.1 gigawatts of power. And we are consuming 7.7 gigawatts of power. Reading that in gigawatts now is actually really, really good. Because I actually honestly completely got completely phased. Got completely phased by it that it was actually gigawatts. What? Who the hell is you?
Good morning.
What?
Empty-handed. In fact, I want.
No, that's barely gonna touch our production or consumption. I know, more bugs, more bugs. Oh man, that's always hilarious. So, did he get killed or something? Can't wait for multiplayer for this game. Yeah, I know, same. Oh, damn. I was supposed to, do something on my Virginia server. Man, if he actually said that in the, if he actually said that in the, thing earlier, then I would have been like, oh shit, we need to inaugurate you. Alright, I guess, you're gonna have to go past that. Alright, so, damn, we have 1.7 million debilitated housing. Go ahead and give this max. 352,000 houses. We're going to get all that back in about less than a month. Form the United States of Communism. How is Iran coping with these embargoes? Hell if I know. Assassination of Louise Frenny. Who the hell is Louise Frenny? Our drones have been operational. United Nations Organization. $4.7 billion of funding. Wait. Alright, let's see if this guy blows up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so that was a successful launch. Your commitment to defending family values. We're gonna have to launch a massive investigation. And I am going to ask Canada if they want to do a partnership for high-speed railway. Since they're the only one that I can ask, because Mexico doesn't want to do anything with me. Honestly, I need to ask Canada to kill themselves. Alright, we can... Alright, here we go. Canada agrees to a potential partnership. So we can actually go ahead and get to work on that. What if I did a main highway? They need to implement something to where we can actually ask, because, I mean, that would be good since it's actually an option to do that, unless, like, you know, making highways between countries is not possible. Basically act as the same way between a train and like a multinational train thing. Alright, so we can build this from New York, or we can build it from Minneapolis to Winnipeg. And I think I'm going to do Minneapolis to Winnipeg. It's a good choice. Alright, and there is our Minneapolis, Winnipeg. We're going to go ahead and try to pay for 95% of this trainway. It's going to be $5.6 billion. Do you see hurricanes in this, or do they become... One of the cool things about that is you actually see more hurricanes around the months of August to November, which actually that is actually the main hurricane month in the United States. So around like August and stuff like that, you're always going to see hurricanes come around here and like kick your ass or something like that. Which, I mean, most of the time, especially whenever I'm playing the United States, I usually always suffer some deadly hurricanes every now and then. What I want to see? I actually want to see tornadoes in the game, because, I mean, they kind of put it in as a like a US... Like they usually always show a tornado in the hurricanes, but I mean, you know, tornadoes would actually be a really interesting natural disaster, especially in the United States. So it would kind of have to be in this area right here. All along here would have to be Tornado Alley. Like Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minneapolis or Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, stuff like that. Like this entire area right here would have to be Tornado Alley. Just like everything west of Colorado or Utah would be Tornado Alley. Yeah, I mean, like I've heard Pennsylvania getting tornadoes, especially like in the area like north of Pittsburgh, because for some reason, yeah, that would actually be interesting. Theseus, but especially in the area north of Pittsburgh, like somewhere around here, is usually where I hear about them. But you do hear about a lot of tornadoes, like in north of Philadelphia, Washington Dulles. Is Washington Dulles actually in Pennsylvania? I thought it was in Maryland. Hang on, I'm actually looking that up. Yeah, Washington. That's hilarious. They completely got Washington Dulles wrong. Washington Dulles is actually in Virginia. It's in like the Fairfax County in Virginia. So they come. That is hilarious. Washington Dulles International Airport in southern Pennsylvania. That is hilarious. Yeah, north of Fort Meade. That's the first time I've ever seen them get something completely wrong. Not one region away, it's actually 2 regions away. Alright, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take a screenshot, and I'm going to go ahead and send that over to Eversim. So I'll do that with Pennsylvania. One more screenshot, and there we go. So, yeah, that's hilarious that they would actually get that wrong. Okay, so if I build more airport, would this potentially increase immigration, migration, and perhaps increase CO2? What is with you and CO2? Like, come on. By the way, guys, I think my live stream may cut out in about like 15 minutes, so be prepared for that. Oh, Italy. Italy, we need to check the Italian election. Okay, we have 3 days until the election, boys. Let's see if we can change these results. So, let's check this. Okay, so the Social Democratic Union, 27.4%. Republican Gamer, do you want to be inaugurated? Because I just saw your message on the Discord. So I'm sorry for missing that by such a long margin. Help the Greens. Alright, so we are going to see what happens. Project has been refused by the Canadians. They're in a difficult financial situation. United States comes out on top of the world. Alright, so let's see. JJ Holmes, when is election night? Election night is right now because we're about to see if we actually hacked the Italian election and made the current party lose. Alright, let's check this. We are now 0 days. We are now on election day of Italy. Let's see if we change the results. Wow, we have bad relations with the Vatican. The Vatican City hates us. Oh, we have a military base in All right. All right. So we got a message. Okay. So false claim by total jihad, false claim by jihadist caliphate. So it wasn't any of them. The party has lost the election, boys. We hated. We did it. We actually killed. We killed the Social Democratic Union. We did it. We did it, boys. So usually that's actually how much you affect the party results, unless it's like the United States or something like that, and you really, really hurt their election chances. JJ Holmes, all you have to do, I don't know who won, but we're gonna go ahead and go forth to the 12th. I swear to God, if we let the communists in there, then I'm gonna kill myself. JJ Holmes, all you have to really do is just make an email and then email my email, politicsgaming@gmail.com. That's all you have to really do. So, let's see who won the Italian election after we hacked it. The independents have won. The center-left independent party has won the election. The Social Democratic Union came in third in the election. It looks like that the independents still have to rely on a coalition, but they did get away with a bigger margin of winning for them. The moderate Italian force. So we actually helped Italy in a better situation of what they were actually in. We got the party of the prime minister to lose, but we got the independents to actually win. The moderate Italian force, however, actually won by a little bit more than they actually should have. So, in effect, hacking elections actually really helps out the far-right parties. So that's actually really interesting. So how would this change geopolitical landscape? Does this mean Italy will act differently in the game, or... I think so. I mean, it would affect their economic policy, the laws they sign into place, and stuff like that. So it would affect Italy geopolitically. Let's check the relations. So this guy, who are you? I think we let the same dude in. This guy actually looks familiar. I think we let the same dudes in that actually are in power right now. Let me check. Italian Prime Minister. That is Giuseppe Conte. But it's not Giuseppe Conte, it's actually... let me look. So he is the 5-star movement, right? Where is he? Okay, the 5-star. PG got the canon ending. Slavini? Yeah, he kind of looks like... I'm trying to get it. Okay, so 5-star movement. It's one of the 5-star members that he looks like. So this is... Oh, I know who it is. Luigi Di Mao. That's exactly who it is. That's the guy who is replicating. He's the Deputy Prime Minister of Italy, and he's the Minister of Economic Development, Labor, and Social Policies as of June 1st, 2018. So, that is who he is. Luigi Di Mao is, I believe, who the guy is supposed to be replicating. Yeah, I mean, it has the same exact last name. Livio Di Mao. I'm saying that right. So, we just got... I mean, Gabe was right. We got the canon. We got the canon ending. We assisted the far right. But the only thing is that they still have to rely on a coalition from what the analysis looks like. Oh yeah, we need to hack the Russian election. let's see what happens. Okay, so let's launch it against. Okay, should we do it against the conservative liberal party, which is Vladimir Putin's party, or should we do it against the national reactionary movement? Make them commies again. Make the Social Democrats win in Russia. So you can go against the party in power, or if I don't do it against the party in power, then I could do it against like the National Reactionary Movement, which got second in the last time. But there's only going to be 2 rounds, so there's only going to be a second major party that's actually going to be able to get some of the vote. So, guys, go ahead and make your suggestions in the comments. Who should I do it against? Should I do it against Conservative Liberal Party, or should I do it against one of the other parties? I can only launch an attack against one party. So do it against the ruling party. All right, we're gonna do it against the ruling party. I think we're gonna be. We actually may be able to. Oh, that's in 452 days. Well, I mean, I thought they had an. Oh wait, no, that was kind of like a scheduled election that they did. Cyber attack against Russia. Okay, so speaking of that, I'm actually gonna have to do something real quick. For my dude Republican Gamer. So we're gonna have to inaugurate. We're gonna have to inaugurate Republican Gamer as governor of. Yeah. So here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do something. Go. There was a channel that I think I had. Oh, here it is. Hillary would win a rematch. I don't particularly agree with that. So RG, if you're actually looking at that, and by the way, guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and invite you guys to this Discord. So everyone, if you have not, go ahead and join that Discord right now, and then we're going to continue on to see if the Russians actually lose. Yeah, Gabe honestly was pretty good. But yeah, it's weird. And I am actually going to do something. And All right, I'm going to be back in like 1 minute, guys. So, I'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, SWAT Elite? Damn, we got everyone coming in right now. I'm actually doing something real quick, so that's why you're not seeing anything move right now. So sorry about that. You were playing as Romania SWAT? That's interesting. Hell yeah. Well, in my gameplay that we're doing right now, in my gameplay that I'm playing right now, I'm actually literally hacking everyone's elections. So right now I'm actually like just doing something in the Discord that I have. So all I need to do, okay, all right. We have now finally inaugurated our new governor of Virginia. So if you guys would like to join, go ahead. Oh shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another thing. So guys, go ahead and again join that server. Please go ahead and join that server. That is going to be very, very fun. And we are now back to the game. So, guys, I want to warn you. I want to warn you guys that my live stream may cut off in about a couple of seconds. So I'm actually going to wait to see what happens because I know for a fact that every 2 hours, for some reason, it likes to cut off. So just bear with me. Don't leave the live stream if you see it cut off. So maybe in a couple of seconds it will cut off. And again, it's just because like every 2 hours it likes to cut off. So that's the reason why. So it is now at the 2 hour mark, and now we wait for it to cut off. Given it may take like about a minute for it to do it, but I know for a fact that it's going to cut off. I like how I've been playing for 2 hours and I still haven't looked. Okay, so we successfully
The preparations are complete.
attacked Russia. So what I really want to do, I want to get all the way to the midterm elections and the construction of these nuclear power plants. I use OBS. OBS is a pretty reliable. Okay, so that was a space research, probably a space telescope. You can log in with YouTube and go live like that. I'll look at XSplit. I think I heard of that. I think I tried to do it one time, but it was weird.
Prospective analysis
Go approaching the terrorist group Iranian Democratic Movement. Let's go ahead and meet with them. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and accept Sri Lanka. Oh, here we go. Qatar wants us out again. Okay, so we paid off $250 billion of our debt. So that is actually very, very good. I'm still waiting for my live stream to cut off. It's about 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Sometime.
What is political injunction? Polite injunction? Polite injunction, he basically tells us that we need to get off of his territory, or else they will consider the troops' presence as an attack on our national sovereignty. What I can do, I can actually reinforce that base. So that is in Doha. Oh wow, they hate us. Hey look, there's a Saudi transporting some goods. We're going to go ahead and reinforce it with about 7,000 troops. So we're going to go ahead and send over 7,000 troops. And we're going to go ahead and send out 30 tanks to Doha, Camp Doha. Silly royalists. Go to war against them and enforce them to do elections. Monarchies at this day and age? Ha. If you guys can hear my cat, I'm sorry. She's just wanting attention. Animal memory. Wanted to talk to you about our debt issuance. I told you it was going to cut off. The state of industry in a country is very warm.
Our businesses have lost their competitive edge, and unemployment has wormed its way into formerly prosperous sectors. We have to react quickly.
Alright, yeah, sorry about that. I actually was talking to a family member, but good news, guys. I never saved the game and it crashed. Yeah. That sucks. I only made it into March. I could just start the game over again. But yeah, I think it's about time I ended the live stream anyway. So guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I'll be updating you guys more on the collaboration with Eversim and that other interview that I planned on having with the other guy from 1 Minute Economics. So guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And everyone actually, I want you guys to like this video right now. So yeah, so I think this was a pretty fun live stream, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and I'll see you guys there.